Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and same here with a Kindle Unlimited video, which I have been reading so much on Kindle Unlimited lately. You pay a monthly fee, subscription fee, and you get access to a huge Kindle Unlimited library of tons of indie authors, and I always have 20 books out. I do not know how we only did 10 books. I don't read 10 books at a time. I don't read 20 books at a time. But for some reason, if I can't have my 20 books out, I like don't know what to do. I'm like, I need my 20 books. Like I need to know that I have these at my fingertips on my Kindle, and or else like I have nothing to read. So I always have 20 books out. I have 19. My sister gets one. So I let her have one book and she gets to use my Kindle Unlimited. I did do the thing where you gift yourself a subscription, and it was cheaper that way, so I have it for a year and it renews in July of this year. So I'll probably do that again, and I don't remember, it doesn't say how much it is, but a monthly subscription to Kindle Unlimited is $10. I did it so it was like $6 a month, I think, if I paid for a year up front by gifting it to myself. So I am on my page for Kindle Unlimited. These are all the books that I am dying to read, and I did this video 2 months ago and most of these are different. So I am constantly changing things out. I'll a lot of times own it physically but still read it on my Kindle, because when I work out I use my iPad. When I'm at school I bring my Kindle if I'm ever independent reading with kids, or I have a little bit of extra time, which usually doesn't happen ever, but like if I ever get a moment to myself, I'll sneak in a couple pages reading. So I just love having my Kindle with me and all these books there. So I have a lot that I have downloaded, so we will go ahead and get to them. So the first one is, well, the first two I just downloaded today because I'm doing a video which will hopefully be coming out on Friday, like the next video that's coming out, and that is for reading Cheyenne's favorites from That Tall Book Girls. These are both recommendations from her. We have a Mr. Romance by Lisa Raven. This one is a escort romance, and she's a journalist. So he's a male escort, she's a journalist, and I think she wants to date him to write a story. That's all I know about this. I do have it physically, it's sitting right over there, but if I have time and ease and access, I'll be reading it on my Kindle. I also downloaded The Naked Fisherman, which is by Julie Ann, and I'm so excited for this book. All I've heard is angsty. I posted it in my Instagram that I'm reading this, and everybody was telling me how angsty it is, and I'm just like, yes, please. So this one, I don't even know, I think the guy moves into her mom's property and falls in love with her, and I think he's older. So, and I think his name's Fisherman? I don't know, but Cheyenne loves it. She told me I should read it, so I downloaded that one on my Kindle. Then I have one that I'm really excited for. So this is One Look by Lena Hendricks. Lena Hendricks was on my radar at the end of last year with her one series that has like The Badge and The Alias and something else. I have 2 of them, and I pre-ordered the other 2 in that series from her, I think in Seattle when I'm gonna see her. And those ones I heard Caitlin from the Love Librarian talk about that they're really good. This one's her new one that she just released, and I'm seeing a ton of people downloading it and picking it up. So it already tells you like the tropes in the tagline on Amazon, which I appreciate. So this is a grumpy single dad small town romance. Like everything I love in a book, why would I want to know more? So I'm really excited to read this one. Hopefully I love it. I really want to get to this one soon. Really do. Okay, so the next one's my sister's. So she is a fantasy romance reader. She doesn't read a lot of contemporary. It just like annoys her, and she is much more entertained with fantasy romances. So I don't know where she finds these books. I haven't heard of this. She has Trial of the Sun Queen, a fae fantasy romance checked out. I really like the cover. It is really pretty. And so do I need to read this? The tagline says The Bachelor meets the Hunger Games. 10 women, a deadly contest, only one can win the Sun King's heart. I guess they like compete as tributes to be queen. I'm gonna download that for myself. That sounds really good. Then I have Bring You Home by Ava Hunter. I actually just finished this morning, so I had to return it. And this one is a small town rock star romance, second chance, marriage in trouble. So the hero has a really bad gambling problem because of some tragic thing that happens in book 1. Book 1, the hero does something that is traumatizing for every single character involved. Every single person in his life is traumatized by this event. And so this is a band member's story, and it's his book's turn, and he turned to gambling to deal with his trauma, and that puts a really big strain on his relationship with his wife, to the point that he causes something dangerous to happen because of that, and she is horrified, leaves, and goes back to her family's ranch, and she says she wants a divorce. So she is kind of healing at this ranch. He decides to go back home too and spend the summer there with her because that's where they met and fell in love, and it's really cute. I really enjoyed it. This one is definitely the only one in the series that was actually small town. All the rest of them are more like Nashville and and country singer kind. The first one was the amnesia romance, and then we have a second chance where they're both singers, and then we have a best friend sister romance, and then this one, which is Marriage in Trouble. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, so check this out if you're interested. I also have That Sick Love by Jessie Hall. I have 2 Jessie Hall on here actually. So this one, all I know, it's a cult romance. I think it's dark, and I saw so many people picking it up when it came out. It only came out a couple weeks ago, and I'm really excited. I love cults. I think they're so fascinating and disturbing that I want to know more. So the only cult romance I think I've read is by Mia Sheridan, Becoming Colder, and I loved that. And then Catherine Cowles does have one where it was like a cult-like family that they were escaping from, but and the Tilly Cole. Okay, so I've read more. I've read Tilly Cole too, so I've read a bunch of cult books, but I need more, so this one sounds good, and I really hope I love it. I also have Black Ties and White Lies by Kat Singleton, which I'm nervous about because I know friends have not liked it, and I was talking to Tori from Novel Life about it, and she's like, you probably won't like it, but this one was selling so well in the Amazon store. I think it's still in the top 100, and this says it's a billionaire fake fiance romance. And now I know Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl. I was watching her wrap up. I'm aware of what happens constantly that makes her very, very annoyed. So I feel like going and knowing that, I don't know if that's either going to make me more aware of it and more annoyed, or prepared and not as annoyed. It could go either way, but I'm excited to try out a new author. This author is also going to be at some signings I'm going to, so we'll see how this one goes. Then a follower, I don't remember, I think it was on Instagram, someone messaged me about this book. It is Say You Love Me Again by Carrie Aarons, and this one, I don't remember the specific reason they told me to read this book, but it sounds like a kind of messy romance where they're spending a few months on a concert tour traveling the country, and it's their ex-husband. So I want to read some Carrie Aarons. I think this one recently came out too, so I want to read that. I've been trying to get to more new releases from authors I'm excited for, so that one's on my Kindle. I also have Blanket of Stars by KK Allen. This one is also a new release, and it is, I think it's small town. These all take place at this camp, I think. I read book 1 and it was okay, and I really want to read the rest of them. So this one says that he's an injured military pilot sent back to his hometown, living right next door to the heroine, and there's an undeniable attraction, and I think it's friends to lovers. So it's friends to like hook up to lovers. So I don't know. It sounds cute. I want to read more from KK Allen. I get really behind on her new releases. So I read book 1 of the series. I think this is book 4 now, so I have to catch up. But then I have Hawk by Jessie Hall, which is told to me is like Thoughtless by S.C. Stevens, so I'm super, super excited to read it. I think it's roommates' love triangle. That's all I know. I saw this one around all the time and I was very intrigued, so hopefully I enjoy that. I also have The Right Move by Liz Tomford. This one is one that everybody has been obsessed with, and I think I'll be obsessed too. This one is the brother story from book 1. He's a basketball player, and the other flight attendant who was the heroine's friend in book 1, and they move in together because she broke up with her boyfriend, and I'm pretty sure it's fake dating. So many tropes I love, and I have seen not a single negative review for this book, so I'm very excited to read it. I also have Autumn Nights by Willow Astor, which is a single dad sports romance, so I'm very, very excited to read that one. I thought that Willow Astor only wrote like very serious romances, but this one is a sports romance, which I did not know, and I think it's football, yes. So he is a hot football star, and she meets him at her sister's wedding, and he's a total opposite of her type, and he's supposed to be like the best football player ever. They have one drink, one dance, and then she overhears him on the phone and she hates him. Then he hires her as his interior designer for his house. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be nice. So then we have Just Like Heaven by Trelina Pucci. This one, all I know about it is that it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and it says he's a criminal, and this says it is a dark Romeo and Juliet reimagining with a hero from the wrong side who will burn everything to the ground for the girl. So I really like Trelina Pucci. I want to get into more of her backlist, and I've heard this one is good. It's a duet, so of course I downloaded it. I do have Offsides by Avery Keelan, which is totally because of Tori. This one is a hockey romance, and I think that she dates her ex's hockey rival. So sign me up. I think that McKay from Oh Hey It's McKay also read this and really, really enjoyed it. So it's long. I'm pretty sure it's very long, but I trust my friends and I think I'll love it, and I've been loving hockey romances lately, so high hopes for this one. I also have Inevitable by Jenna Hartley. This one is a dad's best friend romance. I have not read a lot of taboo romances lately, and I've been kind of in the mood for them again, so this one should be good. I don't even know the plot other than that. So it says that, oh, she's interning for him too. It's giving me Second Semester by QB Tyler vibes. So it says I should have said no, but I didn't because she had a childhood crush on her dad's best friend. And then, so it's like office romance as well. It's gonna be so good. So good. I also have 2 Minute Warning by Alexandra Warren on here. This one is a Houston's Skyhawks book 2. I read book 1 and I really liked it. So this one is a football romance, and she's a social media influencer, which I'm a little nervous when I read those because I know a lot about social media stuff and I feel like authors don't always get it right, but we'll see. I like Alexandra Warren's books, so I'm excited for this one. I also have Iced Out by C.E. Ritchie, which is a rival hockey player MM romance, which is giving me Heated Rivalry vibes by, Rachel Reed. I loved Heated Rivalry, and any book that gives me those vibes I need. I love it when they're rivals and they play the same sport. So like I said, I've been super into hockey romances. This one I've been seeing a ton around. I also think that this one is actually a little lengthy too. It is, it's 400 pages, which is not too bad, but I need to read this. I also have Beholden by Rebecca Sharp. This one is a small town standalone romance. I think this one might have some romantic suspense in it. She inherits her family's coffee shop, so she decides to fix it up and then get out of town, and the building comes with a stubborn, broody, and distracting contractor. So it sounds like they're working together to like rebuild this coffee shop and fall in love. So maybe it's not romantic suspense. Oh yeah, so it does have a dash of suspense is what this says. So hopefully I enjoy this one. And then the last two, so we have Hold, and last time I called this sci-fi and people told me I was wrong, but it's in the future. So like she's on a prison planet, so like technically that's sci-fi, isn't it? So it says that it's Hold by Claire Kent. I don't know if I said that. She's convicted of a crime and she's sent into a prison planet, and she needs to survive with Kane, who is a mysterious loner who has won his territory through his intelligence and brute strength, and she needs to survive. So I'm assuming it's their romance, and they're on a prison planet together, so I'm excited. So this is actually in develop, which I didn't know either, so I should read that soon. And then I have June 1st. This has been on my TBR on my Kindle. It says I borrowed it May 19th, 2022. The next soonest I have out for Hold, like Hold by Claire Kent, I have out in November. This June 1st has been on my TBR on my Kindle since May 19th. I keep, like, Jennifer Hartman's come out with 2 books since this book came out. I need to sit down and read it. I'm scared. So I haven't read Lotus yet. I'm scared. I love her books, but they're going to be emotional and I want to love them. So I have not read this yet, but I really, really want to. Hopefully I get to it soon. This one is they grew up together. He grew up next to her family, and something tragic happened to his family, so he moves with them, and the tragedy happened the day she was born, so he knows her since she was born, and he's like a bit older than her, but it's like best friend's little sister, pretty much like pseudo sister, but like not really, because he ends up falling in love with her. So hopefully I enjoy it. And those are the books that I have to read on Kindle Unlimited. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you recommend I start first. I would love to hear, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.